Meanwhile, let's
What's going on, people? Welcome to this week's edition of the Flex and Rants show. As per usual, we say, my brother, are you rubbing hands?
I'm good, bruv. 3 points at Scunthorpe Bridge,
Yeah,
blood.
there you go.
The Scunthorpe boy.
Big 3 points. Thanks for you lot for tuning in at the slightly later scheduled time. We're taking Mark's 8 o'clock show. We've booted him off. That's all good. Like, there's no problem with that. But before we talk about the Chelsea game and all that, one thing that's been dominating the headlines today, as per usual, Mino Raiola, agent of Paul Pogba, as we know. I know Pogba's your guy.
And many others, not just
and many others, but in the context of Manchester United, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Before I get your take on it and we discuss it, let's deal with the facts. And let me just read exactly what he said. So in case some of you guys are thinking, what is this Raiola situation? What happened? This is what he tweeted. Bearing in mind, before the Chelsea game, right?
Okay.
Paul is not mine and for sure not Solskjaer's property. Paul is Paul Pogba's. You cannot own a human being already for a long time in the UK or anywhere else. Wow. That is strong. Even Josh is laughing. I hope, in capitals, I hope Solskjaer do not want to suggest that Paul is his prisoner. Whew. But before Solskjaer makes comments about things, I say he should inform himself better about the content of what he has been said. I am a free citizen who can think and express my thoughts. Until now, I was maybe too nice to him. Solskjaer would just remember things that he said. Solskjaer should just remember things that he said to Pogba in the summer. I think Solskjaer may be frustrated for different reasons and is now mixing up some issues. I think that Solskjaer, to finish off, has other things to worry about.
Yeah.
And then in capitals at the end, at least if I was him, I would.
Because man are talking to Pochettino, blood, and
right.
you got to get sacked.
Before we talk about the rights and the wrongs and the both sides of this, talk to me about how you perceive those comments and
well,
how you see
what it
that.
sounds like is that Ollie probably told Pogba that he could leave in the summer, innit? And then he didn't leave in the summer. There you go, innit? And when he's saying, nobody owns Paul Pogba, he's probably saying, listen, it ain't got nothing to do with...
Is that shade at the club?
It's nothing to do with me
making
that
him stay.
Pogba wants to leave, because people always want to blame Raiola for saying, he's unsettling Pogba. He's not unsettling Pogba. Pogba was sold a dream when he came to this club, bro. They told him that he was going to be in the middle of a massive rebuild, bro. What, 4 or 5 years later, we're still rebuilding. We're worse now than when he came. So they've shagged Pogba. So Pogba's probably looking at this like, yo, this is a shit show. I don't want to be here no more. And he doesn't owe the club anything. So when you look at the caliber of Paul Pogba, he's the only player in world football, at his level that's playing at a club as bad as ours. So I can't blame him for wanting to leave. So more than likely, what's happened is Solskjaer's given Pogba his word saying he can leave, and then for some reason he hasn't been allowed to leave. Pogba's gotten on with it, but man wants to leave, innit? And I don't blame the kid.
I think me and you've had this discussion about the Raiola thing, where kind of you was like, yeah, fair enough, he's protecting his client, etc., etc. And I was more saying,
you were like,
just the timing, just why come out and say things at certain times, and just Paul Pogba can just speak himself sometimes.
But the thing is, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, Flex, because we don't know.
For him to say that,
we don't know
promises
what's been
have been made.
said, but
yeah,
we
100%.
also don't know what's been said for Raiola to react like that, because he didn't just wake up one morning and say, yo, I'm just gonna.
But he's been doing this.
Nah,
though.
but listen,
this is like ultimate shade, but he's been saying what he feels for a long time.
What you don't realise is behind the scenes, there's always ongoing conversation.
100%.
It's just like when we signed Bruno or whatever, there would have been ongoing conversations. For
it doesn't just happen
months.
at the click of a finger.
Exactly,
of course.
and with the Raiola and Ollie thing, these men are probably talking every week. Do you see what I'm saying? And maybe Ollie said something and he thought, yo, who's this you talking to, blood? Do you know what I mean? He needs to worry about his own job.
I see that 100%. It throws... There's two ways of looking at this, isn't it? One way is kind of like how with the Fred situation, like he just come out and say how things...
And then threw up another man of the match performance.
Exactly, and we'll get to that.
He's a bad boy.
Sometimes you just say things as they are. I saw Matt Letizia on Soccer Saturday saying, fair play to Fred for coming out and speaking about these things. Because if some people don't speak out, then, you know, how do things change? But really, this is obviously more of a personal thing as a turn to a team thing. But I think what is definitely clear with the situation is the fact that Pogba was clearly made promises. Yeah. Whether you think he's been unprofessional or whatever, he was made promises.
Pogba hasn't been
and clearly, yeah, he's wanted to play and he's been injured.
And he looks after himself.
But he's been made promises from the summer. We can see that he should have gone. He should have gone, and the club clearly blocked a move or made him stay. And if you're asking a player to stay who has come out in public, he said that they don't want to be here, you're probably asking for trouble. But let's talk about moving forward now, because those comments, I think, probably before the Chelsea game, should the focus have been on that? That probably wasn't great. You could say, well, it didn't affect performance, we got the results, so I get that. Ill-timed, yes. But now this is the question that I think I know what your answer is going to be, because it's Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
But has he is that almost too much of a saga now? Like, he's going to be back for, say, a couple of months as the season. Can he play for us again?
Of course he can. He's one of the best players in the world, bro. He has to play for us. If Paul Pogba...
Would it do more damage than good? Would the fans be...
But I don't care about the fans.
Would the play... All right. Would the players think, oh, man, come on, man.
Bro,
like,
the players love him, bro. No player has said anything bad about Paul Pogba. All of this, like all these men are vilifying him, yeah? It's in the media. Everyone at the club loves him. Everyone. It don't matter. Them man, listen.
Including Ollie.
Anyone that's played football, you know when the guy on your he's just a guy, innit? He's just a guy. It doesn't matter. Everyone loves him. Rashford come out and said how much he loves playing with him and Marshall. These men love Pogba. You know what I'm saying? Bruno can't wait to play with Pogba. I know it. He don't need to tell me.
So even if it is going to be 8 weeks or whatever.
Even if it's going to be for 8 weeks, most of these men should feel blessed that they'll ever get to share a pitch with a player of that caliber, because it will never happen again.
Do you understand that there's going to be a lot of people who would look at what you just said there in terms of, yeah, right, what do you mean blessed to be with Paul Pogba? What's he ever done for Manchester United?
What's he ever done for
What do
Manchester
you say? What do you say
Bro,
to...
man was the only player that got in team of the season when we won the Europa League. Yeah, Paul Pogba got Ollie the job in the first place. This guy's a World Cup winner. Man's won multiple things, innit? Paul Pogba's caliber can't be questioned. If you're questioning Paul Pogba's ability, you don't know anything about football. Like, it's that simple.
Attitude?
His attitude's perfect as a footballer. You look at him, the geezer had an operation, he was out and he had the boot on and he was training straight away. Nobody keeps himself in better shape than Paul Pogba. World Cup
but
finished.
Is he keeping himself
World Cup finished, bro. He didn't even have a pre-season. He had a little holiday.
Yeah,
he came
cut it
straight
short,
back and
remember.
played for us because he stays fit. No one looks after themselves more than Paul Pogba. Maybe only Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. He's a model professional.
You see how you look at it's your career, so you have to look after yourself. Of course, you're doing it for yourself, obviously, because you want to keep yourself fit. And if you're a true professional, you're going to do that. You're going to look after yourself.
Not necessarily. There's a lot of players in our team.
No, that's why I said if you're a true professional.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? If you are about that life and you're a top-notch professional, you're going to look after your body. Do you think Pogba does everything that he does with Manchester United's best interests at heart?
He does it with the best interests of his career because he loves football, innit? It's that simple. If he didn't love Manchester United, he wouldn't be here because he turned down Real Madrid, bro. And Zidane was ringing man up and he came back to Manchester United. It wasn't for the money because Gareth Bale's on way more money than Paul Pogba. He could have got more money at Real Madrid. He came back because he loves the club. He said, I've done my driving tests in Manchester. Like, this is home to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where he's got nothing to prove to me in terms of his loyalty to the club because he would have left ages ago and forced a move. The reason why he hasn't left is because he hasn't forced a move. Because they said to him, if you want to force a move, you can leave, and he didn't. It's that simple.
Because he has come out and said, well, Raiola, which is obviously his mouthpiece, has basically said quite a few times that we kind of all know that Paul wants to leave, etc.
Yeah.
But one thing he won't do, because he does get on with Ollie and he does love the club, is kind of say I'm not available for selection and that. And we've obviously he's had to have 2 operations this year, so he's had big injuries. Yeah. Whether people think that's fake or not, he has.
He could have turned around and just been like, right, I'm not playing. Do you know what I mean? But he played through injury, so you can't question his commitment. People that want to question his commitment, want to question all of that stuff, it's because they don't like him, and that's fine, innit? But you don't deserve a player of that caliber, because that geezer, yeah, like, man should be worshipping that guy, yeah, at this club. The way that Chelsea fans, yeah, worship Eden Hazard, that's how these men should be worshipping Pogba, because he's levels above what we have. The difference in ability and level between Paul Pogba and everyone else in the team is drastic. Do you know what I'm saying?
For sure, I don't think anyone can disagree that we are
2 levels above
a way better side with Pogba
else.
in the side.
2 levels, not even 1, above everyone else.
One thing I will say though is that I think the whole saga needs to come to an end. He needs to move on. He needs to move on. I'm bored of talking about it. I'm bored of even stating why he's a good player and why he should stay.
Why are we even talking about
we don't even
Pogba?
need to. He wants to leave the club.
He didn't even play yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean?
But Rants, to be fair, we're talking about him because his agents come out and said that. If he doesn't come out and say anything, we wouldn't be talking about Pogba.
I know that, but even after the game,
and that's where I feel he don't do himself justice.
The man always want to talk about Pogba all the time, bro.
Yeah. It sells. Talking about Pogba sells.
Pogs needs to move on for his own career because he's coming into his prime and he's playing.
I think we need to move on as well.
He's playing in a crap team, brother, and he don't deserve it, innit? Like 26, 27, his ability, he needs to be playing in Champions League finals, all of those
We
things.
might get Champions League. Why can't he stay?
I want him to go, yeah. I want him to flourish, and then everyone's going to be on Pogba's bum. I guarantee you, watch as soon as Pogba goes Real Madrid or something, and then man see the real Paul Pogba again, man are going to be lauding him.
But then...
Like, he just got amazing.
But the other side of that, won't fans be saying, see, typical, he's playing because he wants to play now?
No, because
now
he's
in
been
nice
playing
surroundings
like
at
that for
Galacticos.
The numbers have proven, yeah, that even when he was playing in a double pivot, he was creating 3-4 chances a game. Even Bruno couldn't do that.
It's just what he does, isn't it? He's just...
Brother, he's that good, innit? But we are just making man look crap. I saw glimpses of what Bruno could do yesterday, but again, in a much better system. Bruno Fernandes is a problem because that you can shoot. He's a proper gunman.
We'll go into that. We'll go into that. All right, so to finish off
bro.
on this Pogba situation, the last bit, should I say Riola, the last bit we've got to talk about, I think Solskjaer may be frustrated for different reasons and is mixing up some issues. That says to me that actually, mate, you should be worried about your own job. Yep. Don't worry about my player. Or he says he don't own him, but whatever. Don't be worried about Paul.
That's exactly what
I think that Solskjaer has other things to worry about.
Yep.
And at least if I was him, I would. Let's just put it out there. Does that mean that Man United are out there talking to other managers and he's basically saying, mate, you should be watching your own
Absolutely.
job.
I've heard that the Glazers like the look of Allegri, but Woodward wants Pochettino. Either way, Ollie's gone, blood. End of the season.
Do you think that? Well, I think if he gets Champions League, he stays.
He's gone, mate. Even if the top 5 Champions League, even better. Get the Champions League, give Pochettino 150 M's, blood, and we move. That's what I'm saying. Ollie's done out here. Even yesterday, you could see who the better coach team was, man. Chelsea, bruv, their ball retention so much better than us. Luckily, their team's crap, innit? Or else we would have probably lost, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad, yeah, like, the squad is shaping up nicely. Do you know what I mean? For Poch to just come in and just...
It's looking like someone different can commentate the reins.
Absolutely.
So you think when Raiola says that, to finish off on the Raiola Pogba sort of stance, that last bit was shade to say...
Yeah, that was a little dagger, like... And then twist that, you know what I'm saying?
That was harsh.
And then just slap man down.
He's typed that in caps.
Yeah, he's a bad man. The pizza boy. He always delivers,
man.
You know?
He gives
like
0 Fs.
He doesn't. That's why I love him.
0 Fs.
That's why he's current.
But it is a bit of a mess though, because even Solskjaer in his immediate post-match interview with Sky was kind of, they put it to him and said, look, I don't know if you've seen the tweets because he would have been preparing for the game. This is what's been said. And he was kind of saying, look, at the end of the day, people are going to talk all the time, and he tried to diss himself from it. And then in the press conference, he was clearly told, just don't say anything. But he's got to be looking at it like, but when it was this is a mess.
Persie, yeah, he was running his mouth. I'm telling you, Minos told him to suck himself in person. You know it. Because this is a personal beef they have. This isn't professional.
It is getting very dirty and it's very,
This isn't professional.
But that's why we just don't need that. Like, I just don't want to...
We don't, but with Manchester United, there's always going to be scandals, innit? Like, that's what comes with it. Anything to do with United sells papers, so it's always going to be in there. And if Mourinho was a football agent, he'd probably be Raiola, innit? It's one of them ones, bro. Like, I love them characters, yeah, when they're not managing the club. Like, Jose at Tottenham love it, mate. Do you know what I mean? At United,
until they come to you.
Yeah, don't like it. Mino, I like it because he looks after his players first and foremost. That's what he's meant to do. That's why all of his players love him.
He is, but I think we'll disagree. I just think the way he goes about the business, the way he goes about looking after, defend your client, that's your job. Get the best deal for them, that's your job. Move them on when they want to move on, fulfill their request, that's the job. But I just feel the way he airs certain things, it just brings even more. Like you said, we're Manchester United anyway, so we're always going to be a bit of a circus. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. But I don't think that him adding on that extra petrol to the fire, I just think it just makes it ignite that bit more. But like, you're here for that,
I'm a ruthless character, innit, brother? I say how I feel, innit? Like, and I want all the smoke, brother. And that's what Mino's like. I respect it, innit?
Fair enough. Let us know what you guys are saying about the Pogba situation, the Raiola situation. It seems like like you said, when he doesn't play, we talk about Paul Pogba. When he plays, we talk about Pogba. But this one, if Raiola didn't tweet, then we wouldn't be talking about it. But let us know what you think. Do you think that it's a question of Raiola's wrong for saying what he's saying, highlighting the fact that Ollie should be scared about other issues? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And where does Pogba lie? Can Pogba play again? Do you think for the couple of months that are left, there are some fans, dare I say it, that I'd speak to that would say, look, Flex, Pogba's a great player, but I think for the rest of there's 2 months left for all of this stuff. You know he's going to leave. We'll do without him. We've managed so far. Then there's other fans like yourself that would say, are you crazy? Like, we're a way better team with Pogba in it, whether he wants to be here or not, or what's going to happen in the summer, you play him. So let us know what side of the fence you guys sit on with that. All right, next section. We have to talk about the win yesterday, man. Massive win. Like, it was a 6-pointer, innit? I mean, I think you predicted we'd lose. Did you predict a draw?
1-1,
okay.
yeah.
I went with a 2-1. I was optimistic. Probably could have been 2-1 or 2-2 on the balance of play. Yeah. One thing I will give Solskjaer props for once, is in the post-match, at least he said, we didn't play that well. Like, it's easy with a result like that, when all we care about is the result, really, but when you try and dissect the performance, it's easy to get gassed because you've won, to just say, we played amazing, we played well. I saw a fight,
I'm glad he said that,
yeah, he did say that.
Match, I said we played crap, but I was expecting an onslaught from people.
No, I think most people could say that. We didn't light the world up, but the little bits of moment of quality when we needed, and the fact that Chelsea didn't take their chances, they ain't got a proper striker, because that's why he's awful, was the difference. But let's talk about the positives in terms of the fact that, listen, man, we had to win the game. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, bro, I don't know what it is about Ollie, but in these big games, we always say he's got his number on WhatsApp. He's atting him on all socials, like, easy. And number three, the position it puts us in now, man. Like, 3 points off top four. Watford coming up next, and some other tough games. Yes, we always talk about can we go on a run. But what were the positives from the game that you saw?
Positives from the game for me. Past the thread already, bruv. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Another sermon.
He was on stuff.
Kante, yeah, like.
Yeah, I see you too. Like, Kante didn't want it. He had to come off injured.
He didn't want it, blood. And then Fred posted a photo as well, blood. I know these men see my tweets, fam. I'm telling you, my Fred propaganda is elite level, bro. I'm telling you, he's different. Man plays centre mid. He's popping up on the left wing, taking corners.
He was everywhere, man.
Everywhere. Trust me, Kante don't affect games like Frederick, brother. Listen.
You love this,
it's
like,
over.
Fred over Kante thing, innit? Like, you're just
Kante, bro. I'm telling you, I've been telling man, yeah, listen, the debate is over, innit? Fred is the guy.
He was really good, man. At the back, Wan-Bissaka with a great cross as well.
Wan-Bissaka with a great cross. You man, he can't cross. Yes, he can, and he had to beat his man to get the cross.
He chopped up William.
He shouldn't have to do that, though. Do you know what I mean? There's no link and no overlap.
Style, bro.
What a cross, bruv, and he keeps doing it. Martial with a header. Oh, he's not a number 9. That was a proper number 9 finish. You know what I mean? He had a terrible game, but you know what? He scored, bruv. That's it, man.
I like that from you though, because I want to talk about Martial because I was tweeting at the time. I'll be honest, before the half, he just, again, you know what I always say? Look, I'm one of Martial's biggest fans. I know so are you. But I will always call it as I say. He wasn't having a good game,
but
like you said.
Frustrated. He was isolated,
and he just couldn't hold the ball.
Yeah, he couldn't hold the
basics.
The basic bread and butter he couldn't do.
Yeah.
He looked super frustrated.
But he was part of things that were any bright
Bruno
moments
kept
that were
doing
linking
nice things, but he's very isolated. Martial's not the kind of guy that wants to put his foot on the ball and hold it. He wants to receive it on the turn and that. Daniel James was nowhere near him. Them two were playing in a 2. Daniel James was on some next head down, kick and run thing. He should never play up front. I don't know what Ollie was playing at. Greenwood can't get a game. I do not know what's going on there.
But it was frustrating for Martial, but it shows you keep your head in the game, you're waiting for that gilt-edge chance, can you bag it?
Bro, Rashford done it for 18 months, bro. Playing rubbish and scoring pens, bro. As long as you're scoring, just keep the same energy for these guys, innit? Because him and Rashi need each other right now, bruv. Rashford and Martial in the 2 in that system is looking tasty.
Another good performance. I was just about to say that.
Are you mad?
Bro, no. Listen, no, put your hands down. Put your hands down. No, you're not allowed to do it.
Listen,
you're not allowed to do it.
This you.
Oh, I'm on the pads.
Literally, we should change our formation, just so he can play there. Because we don't have a left back, innit? I don't trust Brandon Williams.
Bro, there's going to be bare Rihanna flip-flop saying about you.
No, bruv.
Are you rating him now?
No. As a left centre back,
sick?
No, left centre back is his best position. Nah, he's not sick, bro. Do you know what I mean? You know why? He can choose when he steps out because he ain't got the fitness. But what Luke Shaw does do very well is defensively he reads the game well, innit? But
I like the way he steps out and then goes past people.
Precisely,
and then
but he's not a good enough athlete, to play.
Is that a myth though?
No, bruv, he's got no stamina, bro. Like, when he gets his foot on the ball...
So he can conserve more energy by playing in that
and then
inside.
he gets his foot on the ball because he reads the game well and steps out. Quite like how Daley Blind used to play that left centre-back role, bruv. Luke Shaw, we should play that formation to the end of the season because it suits the players we have. We don't have any wingers. We should play
even against teams that play a low block or we've got to put...
Bro, Conte plays the same formation and slaps man, bro.
It's all about how you apply it.
Bro, play Dalot as that left full-back. Brandon Williams, I don't trust him defensively. And going forward... he's not dangerous enough, whereas Dalot can kind of chop a man, get a shot off and that. Do you know what I mean? I like Brandon, but defensively, You saw Reece James got a shot off and that. Brandon Williams defensively, like, he can be got at, innit?
Sometimes you got to be patient with him. It's his first year.
Listen, I like him.
Yeah.
He's tenacious. He's got a great work rate, but his reading of the games, he's very naive, and the end product's not there.
Which you can expect with such a young player.
Because of his age. He's a great squad player. But he shouldn't be.
Delot's relatively inexperienced as well. He didn't play all too much for Porto.
Cultured Portuguese bastard. That's what he is. Do you know what I mean?
All right, so another good performance from Luke Shaw.
Very good performance.
Maguire and Eric Bailly seem to complement each other.
Because Eric Bailly is just that reckless, bruv. I'm telling you.
Let's talk about Bailly. I mean, it's easy to kind of go after one game, dash out Lindelof, Rera. This is what we mean. We don't want to be disrespectful towards Lindelof. We were talking about Tuanzebe and potentially Bailly, what it would look like with Maguire. We know Maguire's going to be the mainstay, 100% captain. But yeah, man, like Bailly was on some smoke.
First 5 minutes, Bailly had me like. Man done a couple back passes and I was like, yo, Eric, fam. But then,
just chilling.
But then in the box, listen, he's better on the ball than Maguire. He's a better athlete.
He's better on the ball than Maguire?
Yeah, he is. Dribbling and that.
He's not a better passer on the ball than
He hasn't got the range of passing that Maguire's got. But he's better on the ball, as in, like, he's
better at doing madness.
Like, bro, he was in the box. He was in the box and he dropped the thing.
Step
Maguire
over.
can't do that. He's too slow.
No, Maguire can't do that. He's more athletic on the ball. But would I say he uses the ball?
Maguire just pings it like on. He's more cultured.
Yeah, I like the way he goes out to the left, like, whip it round the man.
Maguire's more cultured on the ball, but Eric just like, bruv, he just does a Neo Matrix thing where he slows everything down.
That block he had in the second half against Pedro, I think it was.
There you go.
I thought it was a certain goal.
Them two together, they are the perfect foils for each other, innit? It has to be Bailly or Tuanzebe. You need legs next to Maguire, because Maguire looks like he's towing a caravan, mate. I'm telling you, as good as he is, he's not physical. Like, he likes to step in, and he's done it so many times.
He done it well on batsmen.
But he's not a physical centre half.
I don't think he gets roughed up easy, though. I think he can put it about.
He holds his own. But he doesn't stick it on guys.
No. Not how Eric was.
See what Bailly done to Vardy, bruv, last time they played? He smashed, man, and then got up. Like, you know what I mean? No one's bullied Vardy like that.
Eric's shithousery is just
like,
what's needed.
Vardy's just got like Red Bull in his veins.
Can he stay fit, man? That's the big thing about Eric. That's the thing, man.
But between him and Axel, them two have to play centre back because we need the athlete with the composure on the ball next to Bailly. Yeah,
that's what proper centre back partnerships are built on, isn't it?
We need players that complement each other.
Do you think Oli will go back to just bringing Lindelof? I think he said he was ill. Do you think he'll go back to putting him in? Because it's kind of harsh, isn't it? Like, it's very ruthless. Like, you kind of want managers to make.
I would do that.
You want? I know you would. You want managers to make those decisions that are for the best of the team, and you know the fans can see certain attributes. But I think Oli is that kind of loyalty player. But before he kind of really gets a player out, he just gives them a chance. And I'd love to see Bailly start again.
Lindelof another chance, bro. Like, the thing is, I've seen.
Because he's not rubbish. Lindelof's not.
He's a decent player, but he doesn't complement Harry Maguire
as well as say Tuanzebe.
Exactly, and like when, for instance, Solskjaer said, "Oh, I'm building a team around Paul Pogba." He didn't. When you build a team around a player, you put players around them to complement the strengths of that player. Solskjaer hasn't done that. He played Pogba in a double pivot. If you want to complement your captain, you play a man with legs next to him to get the best out of Harry Maguire. Now we've got a man that can cross. We can put use of that big head, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? And what a header that was.
Wicked header.
Do you know what I'm saying?
On the
now
button.
We've got a man that
See what
can
happens
cross.
when you get someone to take corners as
well.
well. I mean, Bruno.
Now we've got a man that can cross the ball. Now we need a man, because Harry Maguire does get caught out positionally sometimes because he tries and be too clever, and if he doesn't read it well, he hasn't got recovery pace. Yeah. So we need someone with recovery pace next to him. Lindelof ain't got recovery pace. So if Oli is analysing Harry Maguire's strengths, he knows he needs legs next to him. It's just like Terry and Gallas. You always need that.
You need that recovery pace, innit?
Always, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Get out of jail
it's
pace.
Common sense.
And then into midfield, I thought Matic. We spoke about Pastor Frederick. Matic, I thought, held his own.
Went about
just
his
to
business.
go about his business, you know, nice and calm. Gave a couple of balls away in the first half, but you know, everyone can do that. Yeah. Bruno, like the thing with Bruno, what I liked yesterday is the fact that, again, the type of game it was and the way we play, it's kind of like it's going to be a while before we see Bruno like just completely dictating games, start to finish, you know, grabbing it by the scruff of the neck, because I feel like the way we play isn't always as fluent as it needs to be to get someone like I didn't really see him on the ball as much in the first half. I was just like, I want to see more of him, but I'm like, he's not even really getting the ball in positions. Like, this is dead football. Like, we were playing dead football, no patterns. Yeah. But the bits of quality that he can have individually when you need it, nearly scored a free kick, hit the post, put the free kick on him. And then just the astuteness of his passing and passing forward quickly, but the simplicity of it. there,
He's
innit?
brilliant.
He looks like he can build
He's
it.
brilliant, bro. Like, when I watched, everything he does has quality on it. Whether it's a 5-yard pass, 10-yard pass, a shot, everything he hits with intent. This guy...
Intent, that's it, yeah.
This guy, next season, you expect a player like Bruno to score 15 goals from midfield. Literally, he's that good, bro. Like, if he doesn't hit the target, he misses by that much. Like, he's different, innit? Like, you have to, for me, when Pogba leaves, you have to build the team around getting Bruno on the ball around the box. You have to. You need to bring in a box-to-box midfielder that can just control things. Fred's one of them, but we need someone else in there with him. Bruno's different. He's different gravy. I've seen enough already. And he's got the leadership qualities, and he's got the bastard in him. He'll step on you if he has to.
Another player yesterday that I was looking at, you know, as you do when you break the game down. And I know your thoughts on Dan James, but it's kind of like... There's times where he got crowded out, said there was a lot of players, so what could he really do? Which is how we play.
Head
But
down,
then other
kick
times,
around,
it's like, just that guile, that imagination to try something different, the variation in the game. Like, I just don't understand why Solskjaer is really persistent all the time.
Because he works hard. He's an honest lad, innit? Like,
and he is 100%, I get that.
Honestly, he plays like, remember back in the day when your control pad used to come out, blood? And man just started to use it. That's what he plays like. It's terrible, bro. Like, there's nothing up here. Like my criticism of Luke Shaw, yeah, a lot of the time, is his decision making, and just, I feel like he's a bit of a coward, like, but actually, he reads the game well. Like,
he
there's
does.
quality.
Positionally.
Yeah, positionally. Like, he just doesn't, if he does get caught,
doesn't really get exposed that much. Doesn't.
He reads the game well as a defender. Going forward, he's a coward. He doesn't want to beat players. He doesn't want to go past the man. But I see qualities in him, yeah, defensively, where I can say, you know what, as much as I don't like him as a left back, left centre back, he can do it. These are the qualities. Dan James, apart from his pace, I can't see anything about him, bruv. Like, upstairs, he ain't got it. And then you bring on Andreas for him, and it's
I
just
didn't
like,
understand that move.
It's just like, it's a horror
I'm thinking
show,
it's
innit?
screaming out for Igalo to come on, or Mason. And you saw when Igalo come on, look, you can't gas it up too much because you know the Chelsea were tired. But you could just see he looked on his feet. He looked hungry. He looked like he could bring us something. You know, with what we need.
Dan James is a championship player, innit? He is, like, exactly what's said on the tin, innit? Unfortunately, like, obviously he started the season well because he was an unknown quantity, but people started to realise, you know what? If you just get on him on his touch, he's got nothing.
I mean, I looked at it when I think he was up against Rudiger in the first half, where everyone was going, go on, kick it round him and run. I was just like, it won't happen.
No, not against Rudiger.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Any half-decent centre-half, they want you to do that. I just didn't feel it was going to happen. Yeah, I just feel like them couple of defenders were kind of He's not clever enough.
Up. Yeah.
And for me, Angel Gomez can't get a game in his team, but Daniel James can. Mason Greenwood can't get a game in his team, but Daniel James can. There's a lot of things that
it just feels weird. I don't.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as dead as I've seen Chong, yeah, like, bro, like, Daniel James has played as bad as I've seen Chong play. So he must be worth another shot. Like, there's too many things, bro. Like, he's not better than the man that we've got in our academy. And they can't get a game, fam. Do you know what I mean? And people are like, oh, Dan James is youth. Man's 22 years old, bruv. Kylian Mbappe is 21. If we sign him tomorrow, what, we signing a youth player? Get out of town, innit? Like, 22 ain't youth, bro.
Yeah, well, if you're up to the level and you're playing as much games as he plays, you still got to be a bit patient. And I get the problems that we have in our system, and you can talk about the fluidity.
But he's starting games against Chelsea.
That's what I'm saying. What I said it to a guy next to me, and he turned around and he's like, yeah, no, you're right. I was just like, I can get limitations in someone's game, that's fine, but you have to look at the management. Why is he starting every single game?
And
Why
he
are we
always
not trying
plays
anything
like
different?
70-odd minutes.
It's not even like he gets dragged off early to say, right, let's chop it up. It's almost like, I think that Solskjaer's got that trump card that it's like, there's always a chance though, he could just be free.
But
and
then
just
bring
run.
him on with 15 minutes to go when man are tired.
This is what a guy in front of me said. He said literally impact play. If Dan James was coming on almost every game for 15, 20 minutes.
He'd create stuff. He'd probably would have scored by now.
Exactly. So I just think it's fine trying things and sticking with something to see how it goes, but I haven't seen any evidence to suggest that he warrants starting every single game. It's not criticism of him because he is behind. No, the same way we've criticised Lingard, the same way we've criticised Pereira for lack of output and said we should try different things. You have to do it across.
But people, no one talk about him. People are saying, "Oh, Lingard ain't done this. He ain't got a goal. He ain't got an assist." Dan James ain't scored since September, bro. Since last year, fam. He's one of our attackers, bro. Like, if he was a pizza, bro, there'll be no cheese on it. Like, you'd just be crust and tomato, fam.
No sauce.
They would have the sauce, but it'd be so thin, blood. You know, like that, bruv. Watered down sauce,
Extra
fam.
thin crust.
It's extra thin crust, bruv. Nothing about it. Do you know what I mean? There's no presence.
Right now, he's not looking that confident. And he's getting the nod a lot of the time, which should really breed you confidence. The fact the manager has so much faith in you, but it's just not quite happening.
But why does he though? I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? If work rate is all it takes to play for Manchester United, bro, we got the wrong manager.
Well, there you go. It's not about running around like a blue ass fire. Like we said, we need the quality, and it'd be interesting to see against Bruges if Igalo can get a start. You know, if Greenwood can get a start, maybe rest Martial, put Igalo and Greenwood up front. See what happens.
Martial, he's got a goal now. He's not on the best of form. Give him a game out.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know what you think about the analysis on the Chelsea game. Like we said at the beginning of that analysis, you can break down the performance all you like, but let's get back to basics. All that was important was the result, and we managed to do it. It was a 6 point. Chelsea's next game is Spurs.
We would have been done if we didn't win that.
100%, and we've kept our lifeline going. And what's that, man? We've played Lampard, that's 5 games against them now, isn't it? 4 or 5 games, can't remember exactly, and we ain't lost against Chelsea in a couple of seasons. So that's something to be happy about, innit? Let us know what you guys think. All right, all important question time, man. Let's hit up the question section. You know how it goes. This is from @Maud Sarpong. He or they say, will you keep Oli if he gets Champions League football and wins the Europa League?
No. Listen, if Oli won the Premier League, the Champions League, the World Cup, I still want him out, bro.
Wow.
All of that.
No, that's ridiculous.
Get him out.
No, stop. Stop. No, right. So this is what you do. Right, this is how I know Rants is sometimes on some next stuff. This is what he just said. He said if Oli became international manager of Norway and then won the World Cup, then came to Manchester United and won the Champions League, then won the Premier League, and something else.
And everything. In a total club World Cup.
But that doesn't make sense. That means he'd be the best manager in the world.
Get out, blood. I don't care.
Rants, that's an agenda. You can't say that.
Bro, I'm done with him. Call it an agenda.
You can say that, but you can't say if he won everything there is to win in club.
If
he won everything he won, he'd be better than Pep, he'd be better than Klopp, he'd be better than...
with him. I'm done with him, bro. Every time he speaks, I want to smash my TV, bro. I don't want to see him no more. I'm done. I don't care. Like, I'm literally done with this guy.
You can't say that.
Literally, I'm done with this guy, bro.
I get that you're saying you're done. You can't say if he won every single thing.
I would rather get back with all of my ex-girlfriends, bro, at the same time.
You don't mean this.
Than see Oli as manager of Manchester United.
At the same time.
At the same time.
That'll make
have all of them in my head. All of them. I have to deal with all of their crap. All of them.
You can't say
simultaneously.
You're a madman.
Then have Oli at this club. I want him out, bro.
You had like a black coffee shot of thing. What? Are you sure that went tequila or something?
Immediate effect, bro. Immediate effect.
Wow. I don't think you've mixed your words there.
Nah, get out.
This is actually a 3-part question, actually. The same person is saying... Let us know if Rants can actually say that. Because if Oli did what Rants just said, that would make him the best manager in the world.
Not for me, mate. Get out.
Madison or Grealish?
Has to be Jack, bruv. Has to be. And
We've been through this already, innit?
I've been saying it.
I feel like Madison in that Villa team wouldn't shine.
Yeah.
Innit? But the other way round,
there you go.
Grealish would do that plus more. So
any man, with that much hair gel and low socks, bad man. What do you mean?
Yeah, he's on stuff.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man looks half pretty boy, half bad man with the low socks and that.
Yeah.
Come on,
it's kind of like, my hair's in check, but don't take the piss.
Yeah,
like,
that's it. I'm on stuff, you know.
I've got the Veron socks.
I'll break your legs. Don't touch my hair, fam. That's what Grealish is on. Bad man.
And he backs it. Yeah. Is Angel Gomez ready for United and Chong?
Angel's been ready. Been ready. Do you know what I mean? Taif Chong can leave. I don't rate him.
Tottenham's Heung-min Son will need surgery after a broken arm. Wow, that's a big miss for Tottenham. Just breaking news there. Hope he gets a speedy recovery as well. What's Andreas Pereira's future at United?
I don't know.
I think it's what we saw yesterday. Just come off the bench for 10 minutes. If he's going to stay, you see what Bruno's going to be. Pereira's not going to play behind Bruno in a consistent role.
Yeah, unless
he's not going to play on the wings in a consistent role if we're looking to move forward. So it's going to be bit part. He's going to have to accept. He's on a big contract, just signed it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So he's going to have to accept that if we're looking to move forward and move forward properly, he's going to be 10, 15 minutes here and there.
That's what I mean. Unless there's like a vacancy in the canteen or something, he can make toast. He's dead, fam. He's dead, fam. He can't play for us.
You need to learn some respect.
Bro, he's whack. I don't care, bro. I mean, he must wake up every morning, kiss that rosary bead, fam. Horrible player. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm done with this.
Nah, do you know what? With
horrible,
Pereira, nah.
bruv.
But if he, all right then, instead of the slander, because I agree, he's not coming himself in glory at all. But I do feel that he has attributes to actually be a decent player if he can make better decisions. I don't think he's like, I think he's rubbish because he's doing the wrong things at the wrong time.
It's not just the decision
He's got
making.
a good touch, he's got good energy,
Yeah,
he can move on the ball, he can dribble.
It's not just the decision making, it's the spatial awareness and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying, so it's all mentally. So I'm saying if he can...
some things can be coached, some things can't.
You don't think he can learn that?
He can be coached like decision making and stuff and patterns and stuff. But in terms of social awareness, when to turn,
you don't think
when
that
to play
can...
at one time and all of that. Bro, that thing, bruv, Mason's got it already as a youth. And Andreas ain't got it no more, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got a good haircut though. I like his hair.
His hair's always fresh.
His hair always looks.
He's
do you know what I mean? Like, that's the
I
best
remember
thing
one
I can
time
say
on
about
tour, I
him.
think Josh was filming him up close when he was signing some things. Remember when he was doing that and the camera was so clear? I was like,
bruv.
I was like, Andreas looks sharp,
Yeah,
he's fitting the model thing.
His fade is always patterned. I'll give him that. Do you know what I mean? Mason needs to get his barber, bruv. Like, Mason, you're on big boy contract now, fam. You need to pattern up the fade.
Right, I like this, and the reason why I took this question is because it's constructive. It's not just as easy as saying, they're crap, don't play them or whatever. I like this. This is from MR Lasacha. They say, take 3 of the players you don't rate. So Pereira could be in that bracket.
James.
So who's your 3? Let's choose 3 players that we don't rate. Let's say Pereira,
James.
That
I actually
Lingard?
don't rate at all. No, I do rate Lingard. I just think that he's not in a good time, and I just think that the system, like,
it's not helping him. Alright, who's the third? Who's your pick?
Well, as in I don't rate at all.
Or just that you think could work on some stuff.
Sure then.
Alright, sure. Yeah, so let's say Shaw, Pereira, and who's that?
And Daniel James.
And Daniel James. And give one piece of genuine advice that would improve their general play. In brackets, no, don't play them, Rants, that's cheating. Cool. So that's why I'm saying constructive criticism for these players.
Luke Shaw,
yeah,
he needs to be braver. Do you know what I mean? I think that he's just a safe player, innit? He always does the safe thing. He'll always come inside on the left and try and pass it inside. He won't overlap. He's not brave enough, innit? Like, he's got the technical attributes. He can dribble. He reads the game well, but he's not brave. You know what I mean? And I think that's down to his mentality and also down to his lack of fitness, innit? So if he gets fitter and he gets a bit about him, then he could be a player, innit? The other 2, Pereira ain't got anything. Like, he's technically, he can...
What can he do? If you was talking to him, say I'm Andreas. Hey, Rants, I'm looking to start a new coaching regime. I want to learn how to get good at football.
I would say, literally, just keep it simple. That's it, innit? Like, that's it. Just keep it super, super simple because you got nothing about you, mate. Do you know what I mean? Honestly. Bro, there's some players like that. You know what I'm saying? Some players like that, bro. Same with Dan James.
What would you say to Dan James?
With Dan James, I'd be like, bro, just hug the touchline, innit? Because he needs all the space he can get. When he tries to come into the pocket and try and do the link thing, he ain't got it. He ain't got it, bro. Just stay out wide. Do you know what I mean? Stick to what you're good at.
Be direct and try and beat people.
Be direct, man. Try and receive the ball facing the goal or on the half turn if you can. When he receives the ball with his back to goal, he's atrocious, bro.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So just stay wide. He needs to play in space because he's not cute enough to play in pockets. So when he comes short, like he was doing it a lot yesterday.
It's like football IQ isn't really there.
Don't come short because you're not comfortable receiving it like that. Do you know what I mean? So just play to your own strengths. You almost get sucked into playing a game that he's not built to play. Do you know what I mean? So
okay, fair enough.
One of them ones.
I like that though. I like the question because it gave Rants a chance to show that it's not just about saying that there's substance to what you're saying and the reasons why. This question is actually for me, so I'm going to answer it and see if you agree. This is from Yari Carr. It says, how many signings are United away from challenging for the league? Please take it flex, otherwise I'm going to be angry at you. So I don't want to make you angry. I'll say my piece and then see if you agree. How many signings are we away from challenging for the league? Well, I'm going to say probably a minimum of 5, I would say. And that's a minimum. For me, I would say we need a right winger. We have to get a striker. We're going to need 2 midfielders, me personally, because when Pogba leaves, we need to fill that void. So that's 4. I also think we're going to end up having to get a centre-half. I do. A centre-half or a left-back. So, like, just a defender. I think the jury's out on Lindelof. We've always made that, those comparisons saying that is he this, is he that? We're not quite sure. But I only think the jury's out because we don't know if he can stay fit. And Tuanzebe clearly isn't being given as much chances as we thought. He's had a few injuries, but he's been behind in the pecking order. I think we need potentially, that would be the last thing I address, but for sure, we have to get the number 9. We've got to get that sorted. We need a proper goal scorer up front. Martial can be that guy. And Martial, if we do get a proper 9, can play on the right, can play on the left, can, you know, it's competition for places. I definitely think that we need a right winger desperately. I think we have to get that. Bruno Fernandes, we need it through the door, so that's great. But I think we know Pogba's going to leave, so that's going to fill the void, which even Herrera, Fellaini still not replaced. Then Pogba's another 2 players. So you could even say even more midfielders, because you're talking about depth and strength in depth. If you look past Fred, Matic is going to be on his way out. There's no longevity in him. So really, over the next couple of transfer windows, we're going to need a big overhaul of central midfielders, probably maybe even 4. Do you know what I mean? 3 or 4. Not in one go, but you've got Bruno, you've got McTominay, and you've got Fred. They're like 3 mainstays. Then other than that, what do we have? Pereira can come in there, do a job sometime. Matic, there's not any longevity. James Garner hasn't really been given a chance, not going to hit the height. So really, you're looking at midfield as a real area where we're going. So I'm saying to challenge for the league, this is, with the right manager. I'm thinking 4 to 5 signings.
Yeah, but there's a difference between challenging for the league and winning the league. If you're saying challenging, giving a good go, that's different to saying winning it. Do you know what I mean? I think we need 5 probably to win it, but to challenge...
Couple.
4, bruv. 3 or 4.
Okay.
Like, honestly, like, to challenge, we need that right side sorted. I don't think the striker thing's that urgent. Loads of people do. But the stats prove that we just don't create many chances. If we work on creating chances, I have faith in Martial and Rashford putting the ball in the net. Do you know what I mean? Because actually, their ratio of chances received to goals scored is quite high. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't see Martial miss many chances. He just doesn't get many. Do you know what I mean? Rashi misses quite a few chances, but those are chances that he's created himself. Do you see?
He's good at doing that.
Exactly. I haven't seen Rashi being put clean through on goal loads of times and keeps fluffing it. He doesn't, bro. Like, he's not clinical, but he will score goals, innit? So I don't think that that's bad. And we've also got Mason coming through, bruv. Like, if man said, yo, you just have to challenge, and I look at them 3 and I'd be like, alright, cool. Like, I think there's enough.
To be fair, I think I have gone with actually winning. He did say challenge.
Even
he
the
did say
goals
challenge.
that these men have together this
challenge.
season, like between them.
But a challenge now,
they've got a lot of goals.
But you know what it is though?
Challenge means, for me, challenge means,
what, just come second?
challenging means...
Because City aren't challenging Liverpool. That's the benchmark now,
but I'm saying, challenge is just keeping man honest, innit? City aren't keeping Liverpool honest because Liverpool are on some steam train.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're not going to do that.
But to challenge, we need to go above, a step above City.
But Liverpool aren't doing that every season, bruv. Just like what City done last season, they didn't do this season. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't consistently perform at that level. Complacency kicks in, loads of different things kick in, innit? So we can't use this Liverpool team as the benchmark until they do it again and again. Because that 100-point City team didn't do it again. Do you see what I mean? So that's not really the benchmark. But you have to keep these man honest. Have man looking back. It's definitely
90 plus though, that's for sure.
Have man looking back saying, yo, these men are onto us, innit? I think we need a centre back.
So what's the free urgencies then?
Right wing, centre back, centre mid. And when I say that, Matic doesn't have to leave.
No, he can stay one more year.
Because he don't rate Oli, but if Oli goes...
But I don't think he will stay, because I think Matic wants to go and play. He thinks he's a better player than...
If Manchester United are challenging, Matic would be happy to play a bit part, because he's, 31 now? Do you know what I mean? Like, if he goes somewhere to start, he's not going to be going to a top club anyway.
No, but he might accept that because he's 31, 30,
maybe,
you know what I mean?
But if that's the case, then you can get someone in as a squad player, innit?
Okay.
But I think that we need another starter in the midfield, because Fred and...
McTominay.
No. Fred and Bruno are starters.
Oh, 100%.
Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Starters.
Certified.
Fred ain't no squad player.
Yeah, no.
Okay? Bruno ain't no squad player. So we need another player to play in there with them.
Yeah, who's a certified starter.
Who's a certified starter.
And they need to be
complements
sourcing.
The two of them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is that
And then
McTominay
on the bench? Nah.
Yeah.
McTominay on the bench, Matic on the bench, that's okay. Do you know what I'm saying?
For another season.
Then at the back, Eric Bailly, if he stays fit, cool, I'm happy. If not, we've got Axel as a squad player, but we need a certified number 2 next to Harry, and we need a right sider. I'd be happy with those things covered.
So that's 4.
Yeah. That's 3 to start.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And maybe another midfielder, possibly.
Cover.
Do you know what I mean? I think we do need a left back, because I think that Luke Shaw's suited to the left centre back role, and we're not going to play that position. As a left back, I don't like him. And as a left back, I don't trust Brandon yet. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is at Zachary. He says, do you guys think England should be looking at taking Saka and Williams to the Euros?
Saka, no. And Williams, no.
Not ready yet,
Absolutely not. Nah, they're not ready, bro. Do you know what I mean? Saka's a good player. but let the kid breathe, innit? Like, I think it's a case.
This is where it gets stunting their development, like just let them develop.
Do you know what I mean? The system that Arteta's playing is allowing him to flourish in that system. But don't get me wrong, he's got a lot of improving to do. Same with Williams. Williams ain't nowhere near there yet. Like, I like him. I like his attitude. He's tenacious. He works hard and all that. But his decision making's not quite there yet. His position's not quite there yet.
Just let them grow.
This is down to his age.
Yeah.
Don't throw these men in the deep end. It's not like strikers.
Yeah.
You're like Mason, where you can bring him and say, all right, have a 10-minute run out and he'll
Yeah,
bang
you might
one in the
score
top
or something.
corner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Defense is a big.
Defense is a big thing. Imagine you bring someone like Williams, and he brings man down and gets a red card.
Well, exactly. It could ruin his
whole career.
But sometimes you get that whole. You're probably not going to play a game, but the experience of going with a squad, they talk about that.
But then bring someone that can score goals, because you need goals in a tournament.
100%. And for me, just on Saka and Williams, in terms of, I don't really like this whole thing of like, as soon as two young players start doing all right, you saw it with Martinelli and Greenwood, it's like, who's better? Rare. You want to lean with your own player, but all respect, like, I'm not going to be biased just because it's Arsenal and that. Like, Saka's done fantastically well. He's not even a left back, and to convert into that position and play the way he's playing at such a young age, fair play to the kid. Brandon Williams equally has done fantastically well this season. I just think we need to celebrate. These guys have not got a blade of facial hair between them, and they're doing bits in the Premier League for big clubs. So fair play to them. And just in terms of England, Chilwell, you got there starting. You've got even Luke Shaw can get himself back in there. Danny Rose,
Danny Rose
can come back in. So there's three there, which you're talking about experience. I don't think any of them should be dropped for 18-year-old Saka or 18-year-old Brandon Williams. Let these guys under 21s, big tournaments, do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And the last question.
Man like Ryan Bertrand and them man that are better. Like, come on, leave these youths at home.
There you go. Do you think this is from MUFC London? Do you think that we should carry on with 3-5-2? Big up Flex, had the shed end rocking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's the best formation for the players we have. I said it numerous times. We just need to sort out the fullbacks, innit? Like,
with this manager, with this coaching setup, with the way that we play, would it be good against the teams in the low block though? Because we normally play against teams who we think can play.
Yeah,
but when the onus is on us, are we good enough to make that work? It can work, but can we do that?
I think we need that, bruv. And the thing is, because now we've got Bruno that will shoot and all these things. Even if man do sit back, maybe we just rip one in the top bins, fam. Do you know what I mean? We've got someone there.
So, for example, against Watford, you're 5-3-2.
Yeah, I would, because we control possession. And saying that, we played that formation when we slapped up. What is it? Who did we slap up in the League Cup? Was it Tranmere or something?
Yeah, Tranmere.
Exactly. Yeah. Man scored 6 goals in that formation, even though it was a dead team. Like, that formation isn't defensive. That formation is defensive if you want it to be defensive. If you want it to be attacking,
you've got your wing back bang up there.
You've got the wing backs up here, 2 strikers, and you play one holding, and then you've got 2 men flying up, bro. There's bare man attacking you. You can overload with 7 players attacking if you really, really want to, innit? Like, that's only becomes a defensive formation when the manager instills negativity in the players. If you play a Dalot flying forward and a Wan-Bissaka flying forward, Bruno and Fred getting up there as well with Matic holding, or a Bruno and Pogba overloading with 2 strikers that are occupying centre halves, that's an attacking formation, bro. Like, I like it.
Fair play. Big up to you guys for the questions, as per usual. Let us know what you think about the answers to the questions. And also, I just want to say, for the question section, I know it's easy to talk about or ask, like, how long does Ollie have, or what should we, if we don't get top 4? Be imaginative with the questions. They don't always have to be about Man United or about football. Ask us whatever you want, So get in the comments, put some questions in, and also when we put the tweets out about the questions, don't be scared to ask us different things each week. All right, let's finish off, man. Week ahead. We'll start with Club Brugge, Europa League. A lot of people saying before we got that win against Chelsea, where we're back in the mixer. And before City got spectacularly dashed out of the Champions League for next season, people were saying that the Europa League is our best way to the Champions League. It still may well be. We can't forget that. Club Brugge, I don't think their record's as bad as we think. Like, I think at home, someone said to me, don't quote me, but someone said to me that they've only lost 1 game at home this year. Or you know, I know it's in the Belgian league, but you know what you're expecting from that game. It's 2 legs, so you know what it's like. You ain't got to get it done all in one. It's always, yes, you can say we should be beating these teams, but in the grand scheme of things, if you go there, get a draw or a score draw, it's not it's fine. It's a 2-legged tie. How should we approach this game? Rotation wise,
as you said, it's a 2-legged tie. Go over there, don't get beat, and then just serve them up a paste in at Old Trafford. That's what we need to do, innit? Like, you have to.
Away goal's crucial, innit?
You have to manage ties in 2 legs.
All right, let's finish off this week's show, man, looking at the week ahead. Europa League time, like before we got that win against Chelsea, where we put ourselves back in the running for top 4 in itself, everyone's sort of talking about the notion of that's going to be our best route into Champions League, winning the Europa League. Yep. Could still be the case, you know, we still need to go for it. And Bruges, don't quote me, but I think someone said to me that, I think it was Said, I think he said to me that they've only lost like 1 game at home this year, so they're not as rubbish as we might have thought. You know, it's like we don't really watch Belgian football, well, I don't, and you make conclusions. But it's a 2-legged tie, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't got to go out there and get the job done. It'd be nice if we can get a couple of away goals, but it's all about, you know, having something to bring back to Old Trafford so we can dispatch them, innit?
Yeah, you just have to manage it. That's what 2-leg ties are about, innit? You just have to manage it. There's certain managers, like over 2 legs, just like Pep and that, bruv. Over 2 legs, you don't do that great, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Because he don't manage games, he just plays one way. Sometimes you have to do the Mourinho scumbag.
Yeah, that's where Mourinho was at his best.
1-0, do you know what I'm saying?
Bring it back.
Or get a 1-1 away from home and then bring it back home. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not every day expansive, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to go over there, do a professional job.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're in the tie at home because you expect to win the home
That's it. I
tie,
think just make sure we don't get beat there. I don't think we can beat them. Of course we can
just
beat them.
Just make sure we don't get beat. Like, I'd take a 1-1. Do you know what I mean, over there? I don't care, bro. Because when they come back to Old Trafford, we should give them smoke.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. So I'm not really in the business of saying, oh yeah, we have to beat them, because we don't, innit? It's 2-legged, man.
We just have to win the tie.
Yeah, we just have to win the tie. That's what I mean. It's 2 legs, man. Like, it's literally a game of 2 halves, man.
Yeah,
do you
literally.
know what I mean? So just beat
4 halves.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. No, I mean, if you count 1 tie as as halfway there,
yeah, exactly.
Just make sure that you're in pole position going into the second
you can't self-capitulate or give yourself a man. Like, put it this way, like when we got spanked at home 3-1 against City, again in the Carabao Cup,
give yourself
it was
nothing.
over in the first half. Like, it's so hard to come back from that. Even if you put in hard work and we won 1-0 and scraped 1-0 at the Etihad Road, it didn't mean anything, because at the end of the day we got spanked in 45 minutes and that tie could be over. So I'm not suggesting that they're as good as City, obviously, but that just shows how a tie can be turned on its head if you lose a half badly or something. It's very difficult. And then into the Premier League, man. Watford fighting for their lives at home. We're playing against them at OT. Look, we have to look at ourselves, innit? Every time we've come off the back of fantastic results where we're looking to kick on against teams where you might think on paper we should beat, we don't do it, innit? So before we actually talk about that game, talk about ourselves. Like, we got to be right for that game, innit? Yeah. We got to be right for that game.
We have to, man. Like, our form back to back. You know what I mean? We just don't. We
never do it. We never go on a run, do we?
Do you know what I mean? And if ever we needed it, it's now.
Tottenham might be struggling now as well.
Top
with Son
4's
out
in
as well.
touching distance right now. You know what I mean? We just need a few of the lads to have a day off. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
well, there you go, man. If you're watching, Troy, listen, mate. Big respect and all that, yeah. But boy, we need the points. But do you know what now? They need the points as well. They're fighting for their lives.
Yeah, but don't worry about
sorry,
you, lot.
Sorry,
mate. We need the points, man.
We need it. I was going to say we need it more than them, but we do for our own reasons. But they're fighting for their lives. But Troy, man, you've seen the kind of smoke that Eric Bailly's on, innit? Like, Troy loves a rough and tumble. Like, he's on this thing, innit?
Yeah,
he wants to fight.
What's Lindelof going to be back for this game, bruv? And then, you know what I'm saying?
And you saw what Harry Beckenbauer's on from corners, innit? Yeah, so mark up, you know, Troy. They're gonna ban. I'm serious. And Max, what's Max going to be playing right wing? Dan James might be out there, so I don't know.
Left back.
He plays right back, innit?
Yeah, but then there won't be Dan James on that side.
If he plays on the... Oh, yeah, if he plays on the left, so... Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I have a day off, Maps. Have a day off, mate.
Or will he have an easy day? Because, like, you know, Dan James not that tricky.
But this is it, bro. I don't want Dan James against Mary Apple, bro.
But Maps, you know what it's like when Martial comes over there, innit? So, you know what I mean?
But this is it. So.
But it's going to be a tough game. We'll see they've got Capoue and Decore in the centre mid. Like, Pastor Fred's going to have to put it about, you know what I'm saying?
Fred will have them up,
Matic, maybe even McTominay could be back in the run. You never know.
Maybe, but but Fred's got that midfield on lock.
Yeah, so
I haven't seen Fred get out midfielded, bruv, in like months.
Is that even a word, man?
It is now, bruv. He out midfielded, bruv. The whole midfield's his, bruv. Left wing, right wing, centre mid, bruv. Fred owns that place.
Wan-Bissaka in at right back, obviously Deulofeu out on the left. That's going to be interesting, but he's not going to get too much change out of Wan-Bissaka, is he? Interesting to see if they've got Sarr back in it, because if Sarr's back, pacey play, he can get at man. Whether Ollie goes with the 5, then it means Luke Shaw will probably keep his place. But if he goes with a 4, he might just go with Luke Shaw. Do you think? I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Actually,
I don't know.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, because you don't know. So Sarr against either one of them can cause problems, innit?
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah.
So that could be an interesting bit as well. So we'll see how it goes, man. I would say I wish you lot luck in it, but We need the points, sorry, needs must. We've come to the end of the show. Rants, big up the socials.
Rants and Mants, Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. And yeah, also, yeah, the GoFundMe link, bro, for the fight.
You know
for
that'll
the charity.
Be,
I've got, shit, man, I ain't even got 3 weeks left.
It's coming close.
It's coming close.
You in good shape? You feeling good?
Baby. Yeah.
Yeah?
I feel good, bro. I've been training hard.
Good. Just pissed we can't make it. Why you pick the day where we're playing City?
Bro, literally, like, that's just when the venue is available. But for the next one, I'll check the calendar.
I think I've said that to you like 5 times already in frustration. Like.
But it's fine, bro. I'll bring the belt home for the guys, you know what I'm saying? And then we go again, innit?
Cool, love that. I'm FlexUTD as usual across all of the socials, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Make sure you check me out on there. More importantly, make sure you're following United Stand across all of the socials and you're subscribed to us on YouTube. Smash a massive like on the video, hit the notification tab, let us know that you're watching, and also you'll be able to know when the new videos come out, etc, and always get your comments in and let us know where you're watching from. All the little videos you send us and the little pictures of where you're watching from. The funniest one I saw, might even set a challenge, show us the most unusual place you're watching us from.
That one in the kitchen.
He had his phone
on there.
and he was like, I think he makes cakes or something, or pastries.
Chef, then he was a pastry chef, and he was cooking, and he had his phone on the plug socket.
That's very dangerous.
Right, listen, yo, look, I respect it. Some guy was watching my thing on a motorbike. Remember? And he had it on the side thing.
Jordan, hold tight, Jordan Jarrett, he sent me one of someone on the bus. I think he was in South London somewhere. Yeah. And the guy was just tuned in, had his headphones in. So, yeah, man, bit of a challenge for you guys. Hit us up on social media. You got me and Rants' socials at Rants and Bands, at FlexUTD. Show us, and United Stand, show us where you're watching from. Peculiar places. You can start seeing people locked in cupboards, like hitched up, trying to watch it. But yeah, man. The show's grown like massively, like
mental.
#1 like podcast like duo for Manchester United content is fantastic. Like
we're gonna keep growing,
we're just gonna keep growing. So yeah, we'll see you guys same time, same place next week. Hopefully after 2 W's again. And that's not W for Watford, that's W for us winning. Peace. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos. And if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.